Hey, good evening, USA, International, Canada, Long Island, aka Strong Island, plus the five spots of Brooklyn, Bronx, Manhattan, Staten Island, and Queens, and the tri state areas of New Jersey and Connecticut, and alongside with a few, and alongside with the five boroughs as well. So, this is your man G Money Stacks, aka the Gregonator, your host with the most misunderstood lonely nomad. Um, yes, Gregonator rhymes with now or later. And and of course I'm the creator, YouTuber, and of course Queens, New York native, who is also from the neck of the woods of being a New York Mets fan and New York Giants fan Queens, Queens, New York, Laurelton, Queens, New York, to be exact. And you're rocking with me by listening, streaming, tuning in, and watching the 433rd episode of Off the Meat Rack Chainz New York Avenue podcast. And I got a lineup of topics for you today. And I really hope that you at home, actually, I hope you at home and those who are at the Queens Baseball Convention and other Christmas related events that I mentioned in the previous episode is keeping yourselves warm. It's pretty cold, you know what I mean? And yeah. And speaking of which, if you miss any episodes whatsoever, please feel free to check them out. And while you're at it, click that subscribe button on the YouTube channel page and leave a like and a comment along with the topics tell me how you feel about the topics in each episode, and alongside with spreading the word to your husbands, your wives, your boyfriends, girlfriends, friends, and people you're cool with from work, by sharing the podcast, and of course add the podcast to your Spotify playlist. And of course, we're live and direct from StreamYard alongside with the comedy space of my room. And this is the platform where I talk about various topics in music, hip hop. There's rap. There's a little bit of the New York City transit news, movie news, TV news. I like to do tech news, and alongside with video game news. All right. In case you don't know what this show is about, there's your answer. All right. Now, don't forget to leave a 5-star rating on Apple Podcasts. If you don't have Apple Podcasts, make sure you download it onto your iPhones or your Android phones, your iPads, your Android tablets, whatever you have as a gadget. Just leave your feedback and your review along with 5 stars on Apple Podcasts. All right. And of course, like I said, you can actually listen on Spotify and other various streaming platforms that I will mention at the end of the episode. All right, so now that I got that out the way, let me get to this. Let's have a transit talk in the New York Mass Transit Files. All right. Let's get this started right here. Here's what's happening here. This is from AMNY, the article, one of my favorites to get topics from. Let's see. Let's see. So, a homeless man is facing attempted murder charges after allegedly knocking an off-duty cop onto a Manhattan subway track Tuesday night with a sucker punch, law enforcement sources said. Okay, that's very stupid. Police reported that the incident unfolded at around 7:35 p.m. that took place on September 23rd at the 3rd Avenue station on the L line in the East Village. Sources familiar with the case said the off-duty 24-year-old cop was allegedly punched in the back of the head by 28-year-old Aaron Walker. The reason for the argument was not immediately known. Oh, jeez. You know, I really wish that General Lever and the rest of the MTA board can really get into seriously doing something doing something to make every subway station safe, because not a lot of people feel safe, especially with people getting sucker punched, and not to mention getting slashed, not to mention getting pushed to the subway tracks. It's like, when is it gonna fucking end? When is it gonna end? Make it make sense. Sources said that during the encounter, the officer fell to the platform and rolled onto the tracks. A good Samaritan helped pull the officer back up to the platform before a train pulled into the station. The cop suffered pain in the head and body, and EMS rushed him to Bellevue Hospital, where he was listed in stable condition. Meanwhile, Walker, who resides in a Harlem homeless shelter, fled on the tracks where he was arrested on Union Turnpike. He faces an array of criminal charges, um, including attempted murder, attempted assault, reckless endangerment, criminal trespass, and disorderly conduct. Sources say Walker has an extensive criminal history. Police Benevolent Association President Patrick Hendry railed that Walker should not have been on the streets. Once again, our broken criminal justice system has put police officers to be exact, and all New Yorkers in harm's way. We're thankful that our brother is recovering, but our leaders need to face the fact that if police officers aren't safe on our streets and subways, nobody is, Hendry said. Let's see. AM New York asked Walker why he attacked the officer as he was whisked to central booking, but did not respond. Yeah, he should be ashamed of of himself, man. For real, for real. Let's see. Yeah, let me see this. Let me see this shit. A Queens lawmaker said on Thursday that he expects his legislation aimed at strengthening protections for Uber and Lyft drivers from being kicked off the platforms through unfair deactivations to receive a vote before the current city council's sessions and ends in 2 weeks. City Council member Shikar Krishnan told AM New York he believes the council will take up his bill Intro 276 during its last full meeting scheduled for December 18th. We are moving forward with all deliberate speed to get this done before the end of the year, the council member said. We're in the final stages of reviewing and finalizing legislation. My expectation is that by the end of this year, we'll have this done. The measure, which Krishnan first introduced early last year, could be one of many bills the council leaves to vote on at the end of session. It currently has 21 co-sponsors and needs at least 26 votes to pass the 51 member council. The council member made the prediction following a rally with 4 hired vehicle drivers who say they experience unfair deactivations, what they say is Uber's and Lyft's practice of subtly firing them without an explanation or appeals process in place. The legislation is designed to guard against wrongful firings by placing the burden of proof on the apps in deactivation cases, requiring them to follow the standard for just cause in such instances, mandating 14 days notice and instituting an independent appeals process. Proponents of the bill argued the current appeals process is controlled by the apps because it is run by the Independent Drivers Guild, which is funded by Uber. Intro 276 makes clear that every driver in this city must be given notice, must be given an opportunity to be heard, must know the charges against them before they are deactivated, not after, Krishnan said. It makes sure that process is happening in front of a neutral arbiter and agency. So we don't have a situation where Uber and Lyft are the prosecutor, judge, and jury. Throughout the rally, Krishnan and New York Taxi Workers Alliance Executive Director um, um, Bharavi Desai stood shoulder to shoulder with drivers who shared stories of how they lost their livelihoods due to what they identified as unfair deactivation. They said the practice hampered their ability to pay rent, buy groceries, food, utility bills, and make car payments. Safe, Safe Aza, a driver who claims he was deactivated by Uber, stated that he was unfairly removed from the app after the company falsely accused him of fraud, leaving him with no means to defend himself. End quote. I am drowning in so much debt that I filed for bankruptcy because of what unfair deactivation did to me. Aza said, "Unfair deactivation ruined my life." Spokespeople for Uber and Lyft did not immediately respond to AM New York's request for comment. However, the IDG argued that the bill would have the opposite effect of its intended purpose. In a Thursday statement, IDG President Brandon Sexton claimed that by seeking to implement an independent appeals procedure, the measure would give the apps complete control over the process by moving it away from the guild. We will not support any bill that hands power back to the companies or strips away the rights we spent years winning, Sexton said. There is an easy fix that city council can make to protect hardworking rideshare drivers, and we urge the bill sponsor to accept our amendments to do just that. All right, so up next on the agenda of New York City transit news, um, let's see. Hang on one second. All right, so this one is actually shocking to me. Um, Here's what's going on. Paying for transportation in NYC, which is New York City, is a nearly $2,000 per year burden for many New Yorkers who continue to balance increased expenses, according to a new study released on Wednesday. Yeah, wow. 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 This is insane. Really insane. Low income New Yorkers dedicate nearly 10% on average to transportation expenses. Robinhood's poverty tracker, Spotify on transportation in New York City, revealed. On top of that, New Yorkers are reducing their use of transportation due to rising costs, such as new tolls and fare hikes, according to the report, which was done in partnership with Columbia University's on Poverty and Social Policy. We'll have a discussion in what poverty is and what it's about and how it's affecting people and if there's any solutions behind it. So I'll talk about that in a few minutes. All right, let's see. New and ongoing transportation costs have contributed to the extra financial burdens on New Yorkers, the study found. One controversial NYC policy that has contributed to more costs includes congestion pricing, which is the scam that Andrew Cuomo suggested to the MTA years ago. Um, the NYS Run MTA's tolling program launched on January 5th that charges drivers a base toll of $9 to enter Manhattan south of and including 60th Street. However, researchers added that they will conduct more research to examine the cost burden of tolls and public transit fares. The additional costs posed by congestion pricing and fare increases are not yet fully reflected in the data used in this report, and we will continue to monitor New Yorkers' experiences with transportation in the coming months to get a better picture of the effects of these policies. Ryan Vinn, a researcher at Columbia who worked on this study, explained. Vin added, however, that New Yorkers in poverty have the lowest rates of commuting to work by car than other groups. As a result, while the effects of congestion pricing or fare increases may vary for those in poverty, we know that many will continue to spend a large share of their resources on transportation costs in the absence of other any other support, the researcher said. Meanwhile, the MCA hiked the NYC subway and bus fare from $2.75 to $2.90 in 2023, with another 10-cent increase planned in January. Oh gosh. The report, gathered from data collected since 2017, found that New Yorkers spend roughly $1,900 a year on transportation costs, including bus, subway, train, gas, parking, and toll payments. But this figure is in place regardless of income, meaning that lower income commuters pay a much higher relative share of their money on transportation per the report. In fact, 55% of New Yorkers in poverty and low income surveyed in the study reported cutting down on transportation to mitigate other rising costs for basic needs such as food and housing. Additionally, the fact that 44% of those with higher incomes also reported reducing transportation use points to the widespread impact of rising prices on the ability of New Yorkers to meet their basic needs, researchers uncovered. Um, Meanwhile, NYC provides several opportunities for New Yorkers to commute for free or at reduced cost, whether through fare-free transit means or social service programs such as Fair Fares, which provides half price fares for eligible New Yorkers. The Census Bureau's supplemental poverty measure was used in the report to measure poverty thresholds. As of 2023, the SPM poverty threshold was $47,190 for a family of four living in rental housing in New York City. Well, damn. Damn, that shit is terrible, man. That shit is terrible. All right, up next on the agenda is let me just pull it up. Okay. All right, so top city Department of Transportation officials cut the ribbon Thursday on a nearly 11,000 square foot pedestrian plaza in Washington Heights, dubbed um dubbed uh, Ar- Audubon Plaza. The project created a permanent pedestrian space on Audubon Avenue between 165th and 166th Streets. The plaza includes tables and chairs, bike corrals, and space for community members to host local events. My apologies, folks. I had to put it on mute because of the loud, noisy planes. Um, just to let you know. Anyway, anyway, end quote. This new permanent plaza reimagines nearly 11,000 square feet of roadway, creating a new community hub. It gives neighbors a place to rest, gather, connect, and celebrate their cultures. Outgoing DOT Commissioner Edonis Rodriguez said during a December 4th news conference, that which was last week. So also in quote, this plaza is proof of what happens when a city invests in people, in safety and cultural space. He added, um, Audubon Plaza is now a space where families can play, where students can park their bikes, where elders can rest, and where community stories can be shared and celebrated. We look forward to seeing Audubon Plaza thrive for years to come. The DOT touted the creation of over 1.5 million square feet of new pedestrian space during outgoing Mayor Eric Adams' administration, which has been in office since 2022. The city was required to dramatically increase public space under the NYC Streets Plan, passed by the City Council in 2019. The public plaza's completion follows the DOT's installation of safety upgrades at the adjacent intersection of Audubon Avenue, 165th Street, and St. Nicholas Avenue in 2020. Those modifications included painted sidewalk extensions designed to shorten pedestrian crossings across and reduce the speed at which cars turn through the intersection. Let's see. Um, it also follows DOT making several blocks of Audubon Avenue into an open street in summer 2024, according to the agency. The agency ran the open street in partnership with the nonprofit organization Street Lab and um, Hor- the New York Horticultural Society. Public art at Public art at Audubon Plaza. DOT also made the plaza's pavement into a temporary public art installation by artist Talisa Amante titled De Lo Mio. Talisa's mural, inspired by Dominican heritage and the tradition that shaped Washington Heights, brings that story to life with color, energy, and pride, Rodriguez said. The work marks the 151st piece of public art that DOT has installed over the course of the Adams administration. According to the agency, yes, according to the agency. Let's see. Speaking about her piece during the news conference, Amate described the meaning behind the various elements of the mural. In quote, it's inspired by celebrating Dominican culture, Amate said of the mural. The banana leaves and the platanos represent the food and the beauty of island life. And then on the edges of both sides of the mural, there's dominoes. And then in the center, where the lines break up, the blue and the red, it is supposed to represent the Dominican flag, minus the white part. Yeah, I think this is very creative. This is very creative. This is very creative, though, man. You know what I mean? Very creative, actually. So, yeah, this, yeah, I, yeah, this is. I like the colors and the design that was created, though, man. If you are in the area of Washington Heights, you can check out Audubon Plaza. All right, you can see the colorful colors and designs, and yeah, you could take pictures. You could take pictures and all the other stuff. So yeah, this is pretty beautiful what they did. So there you go. There you go. Now I want to talk about the two common words that you hear on a monthly basis: poverty and inflation. And that's going to be our next topic. That's going to be our next topic in our hold on a second. I'm sorry. Hold on. In our next segment, we're going to get into this right here. We're getting into this right here, actually. So hold on. Let me just set this up. Yep. Hold on. All right. All right. So let's get into chatting on the jazz and have a discussion in regards to the two common words of poverty and inflation. Now you're probably wondering um what poverty and inflation is about and how it affects people. Let's get into what's poverty first, and then I know I did an episode topic in regards to poverty, but there's different types of poverty that I was going to circle back on, um but I didn't get a chance to circle back on that one right there. But I didn't want to make this episode too depressing, so that's why I didn't circle back with the other types of poverty. So yeah, so let's get into this. So hunger and poverty in America, which is in regards to the aftermath of what happened with the government shutdown. In America, many people work hard every day, but sometimes affording food and housing is a challenge. This situation is called poverty, while income plays a role. Poverty affects people from all walks of life. It's especially difficult for families with children, people of color, and people with disabilities. Now, what is poverty, you ask? The US government uses income to measure poverty. A family of four more than $30,000 a year to afford basic necessities. But poverty is more than a number. It can it can be it can make it hard to access the things we all need to thrive, like healthy foods and a safe place to live. Facts about poverty in America. Many people in America face challenges getting the food and resources they need to live healthy, full lives. Here are some facts about poverty in America. In the US, a family of four earning under $30,000 a year is considered low income. The federal poverty line helps identify families who might need extra help with things like food and housing. The government sets this number each year. In 2023, over 36 million people lived in poverty according to the census. However, two-thirds of the people facing food insecurity in America reported incomes above the poverty line. Um, People of color are more likely to experience poverty. People from all different races and backgrounds can experience poverty, but it is more common for people of color because of racism and discrimination. People with disabilities and chronic conditions are also more likely to experience low incomes and hunger. Living with a disability and chronic conditions is more difficult, and healthcare is expensive. People living with disabilities may be unable to work or face discrimination in unemployment. Discrimination in employment. Now, let's talk about the causes of poverty. Poverty is a complex issue with many causes. Here are some of the most common causes of poverty. You got low wages and unemployment. Many people who work full time or multiple jobs still don't earn enough money to make ends meet. People with disabilities and chronic conditions may not be able to work or pay fairly. Lack of affordable housing. Housing is expensive, making it difficult for people to afford a place to live. This can lead to homelessness or living in an unsafe or overcrowded conditions. Most common thing, racism and discrimination. People of color, women, and people with disabilities are more likely to have low income low incomes because of discrimination. This can make finding housing, jobs, and other opportunities difficult. Education and healthcare. People without education and healthcare may have difficulty finding and keeping good jobs. This can often keep people stuck in low wage work. Now we go to the effects of poverty. Many people in America want to take care of themselves and their families without relying on others. However, poverty can make it difficult for people to achieve their goals. Poverty can make paying for necessities like food, shelter, and healthcare hard. Food insecurity. People living in poverty may not have enough money to consistently afford healthy food. Poor health. People living in poverty may have less access to healthcare and healthy foods. Education. Children living in poverty may be less likely to attend higher education, making it difficult to get a job that pays a livable wage. Ending hunger and fighting poverty. Now, to end hunger, we need to make sure that everyone has enough money to buy healthy food. This requires working with communities facing hunger to achieve economic security. That's why Feeding America's work goes beyond helping people get food. We also help people facing hunger improve their economic opportunities through federal and local programs. Expanding programs like SNAP. In 2022, SNAP helped nearly 40 million people put food on the table. It's one of the most effective ways to end hunger, but more than 7 million people don't know they qualify. Our SNAP Our SNAP counselors help people understand, apply for, and access benefits. Partnering to help people increase their income. The most common cause of food insecurity is low income. That's why the Feeding America network explores new ways to support communities beyond food through job training, workforce development, and business enterprises. Investing in solutions to root causes, we're investing in the work of the people most affected by hunger to address it from all angles, from getting communities the food and resources they need to advocate for policies that lead to long-term solutions. Now, before I go into the next topic, I want to actually say something about this, though, man. You don't need to. I want to clear up this misconception here. I want to clear up this misconception here for for certain individuals who assume that they're getting things for free. No, this is not about that. This is not about getting stuff for free. These are people's lives we're talking about here, and I actually discussed this in in not one but two previous episodes of this podcast addressing the whole food insecurity and how and the effects behind it as far as like people are struggling because at the end of the fact of the matter and reality is not everyone can get jobs. I even said the people who are disabled, especially those who are in wheelchairs and walkers, those who are already senior citizens, and those who are, you know, um, and there's some people who actually work to get SNAP benefits, actually to make sure they get food on the table and to make sure that they, be able to pay bills and stuff. So I think it's too much of a misconception and very disingenuous to actually assume that people get stuff for free. It's not about that. It's not about that. This is people's lives we're talking about here. And and whoever is telling you that whoever's telling you that a misconception that whatever it is, don't fall for that. Don't fall for that. Don't fall for that particular lie. All right. SNAP is for anybody who is basically struggling with food. All right. And last time I checked, food is a fucking given right. It's a fucking human right. All right. So whoever's telling you these misconceptions, don't even think about falling for that shit. It's not it's not about being rich. All right. Let's get that out. Let's get that out the head. All right, let's talk about the most common word that I've been hearing since last year and the previous years: inflation. This is tough, man. I know this is tough right here. So, um, inflation has a big impact on your finances and occurs when the prices of goods and services increase over time. Learn what inflation is, what causes it, how it excuse me, how it is measured, how to spot the signs of inflation, and how to protect yourself. All right. Highlights. Inflation occurs when the prices of goods and services increase over a long period of time, causing your purchasing power to decrease. High inflation can occur as the result of a variety of factors. However, economic economists often divide the root causes into two categories: demand pull inflation and cost push inflation. Inflation is a complex issue, but understanding the root causes can help you better prepare for increased prices of goods and services such as housing, apparel, food, transportation, and fuel. Have you ever felt like your money doesn't stretch as far as it used to? Chances are it's not your imagination. You are likely noticing the effects of inflation, an economic concept in which the cost of goods and services rise over time. Inflation is a normal part of the world's economic cycles. Here's what you need to know about what inflation is, why it occurs, and what you can do to help protect your finances as prices rise. How does inflation work, you ask? Inflation occurs when the prices of goods and services increase over a period of time, causing your purchasing power or the amount of goods and services you can buy with a single unit of currency to decrease. In short, inflation means it means that your money may not be able to buy as much today as it could in the past. It's important to understand that inflation is not the same as a price increase for a single good or service. Rather, inflation involves simultaneous and continued price increases of many of the things you buy regularly. So it's not just your grocery bill. You'll see the cost of gas, utilities, travel, and other expenses rise as well. But why does inflation happen in the first place, you ask? It often comes down to an imbalance between two different economic forces, supply and demand. Supply describes how much of a good or service is made and sold, and is driven by the businesses that are selling the good or service. Demand, on the other hand, refers to how much of a good or service is purchased at a specific price and is driven by consumers. If demand outpaces supply, inflation tends to follow. Now, what types of inflation we're talking about here, you ask? High inflation can occur as the result of a variety of factors. However, economists um, often divide the root causes into two categories: demand pull inflation and cost push inflation. Here's what these two words are about. Demand pull inflation is driven by an increase in total consumer demand. If consumers suddenly start spending more money than usual, businesses may find themselves selling more goods and services than they anticipated. If these businesses aren't unable to keep up with the increased consumer demand, their remaining stock becomes more valuable and prices may rise. This kind of inflation tends to happen during periods of high consumer confidence, such as when unemployment rates are low and wages are high. Now, to the cost push inflation, um, occurs when production costs rise. Unrelated to consumer demand, these increased production costs may lead to a decrease in total supply and a subsequent increase in prices to compensate. This kind of inflation is commonly observed when the price of oil increases, making manufacturing operations more expensive. For example, the 1970s energy crisis was for the largely responsible for the cost push inflation that occurred during that time period. It's also possible for inflation to result from factors unrelated to the economy. Natural disasters or major world events can disrupt supply chains and reduce the amount of goods available, driving up prices on the stock that remains. It's also possible for a combination of these factors to occur simultaneously, or for one to occur as the result of another. How is inflation measured? You ask. Economists measure inflation with something called a price index, which tracks price changes across a specific set of goods and services. The two primary indexes are the consumer price index and the personal consumption expenditures price index. Both serve the same purpose, showing the average change in price of everyday goods and services that American households purchase regularly. This rate is expressed as a percentage. Any increase higher than 2% is typically cause for concern. How does inflation affect interest rates, you ask? Inflation is a complex issue, but one way to control it is through federal monetary policy. When the Federal Reserve, America's central banking system, also known as the Fed, detects rising inflation rates, it responds by raising the federal funds rate. This is a special interest rate related to lending between commercial banks, excuse me. Um, an increase in the federal funds rate causes a corresponding rise in interest rates on auto loans, mortgages, and other types of credit, making it more expensive to borrow money. Increases in cost Increases in the cost of borrowing money can help to slow down consumer and business spending, allowing supply chains to catch up to the production of goods and services, which can in turn lead to a drop in prices. Ideally, this curbs inflation and stabilizes supply and demand without longer term consequences such as a recession. When inflation is low, once again, the Fed may decide to decrease interest rates, making it easier to borrow money and encouraging spending. Four ways to prepare for inflation. Once you understand the economic principles of inflation, you'll be better equipped to protect your finances against its effects. During periods of high inflation, considering the following: review your budget for opportunities to scale back spending. Rising prices mean that your necessities will become much more expensive. A detailed review of your budget, including all your regular expenses, will help you find more room for a higher utility bill and more expensive groceries. Continue saving when you are able, excuse me. Be sure to maintain an emergency savings fund in case of financial hardship, enough to cover expenses for 3 to 6 months. For the best return, consider high yield savings account, which usually have better interest rates than a standard savings account. Delay expensive purchases. It's probably not cost effective to take out a big loan like a mortgage when inflation is high. If you can postpone house or car purchases until the economy stabilizes, continue to invest. It may be tempting to pause regular investments to save money in the short term, but don't. It's important to continue contributions to any retirement accounts if at all possible. Periods of inflation can be stressful for consumers, but try not to fret. They are typically temporary, and understanding the root causes can help you better prepare for rising costs. So, this is from Equifax.com. If you'd like to learn more about what inflation is and the root causes and the solutions behind it, you can go to www.equifax.com. All right, so let's get into National Mochi Day. All right, so National Mochi Day is celebrated every August 8th to pay tribute to the bulbous, gluttonous orbs of joy that are mochi cakes. This traditional Japanese cake has won the hearts of many around the world with its sticky, powdery texture and sweet taste. Mochi comes in different types of sizes and can be combined with other sweets such as ice cream, making it a delectable treat perfect to cap off a nice meal. Let's see. Let's see. Hold on. Now we go to the history of natural history. No, excuse me. I'm sorry. Now we go to the history of National Mochi Day. Sorry about that. National Mochi Day was announced in 2021 by Hawaiian mochi business Mochi Wagashi as a day to celebrate all the wonders of mochi. The humble mochi's origins date back to ancient history. It is recognized that the Japanese started making their own mochi after they started growing their own rice in the Jamin period between 14,000 BC and 300 BC. During the Kofun period in the 6th century, the production of homemade mochi increased as as earthenware steamers became available in almost every household. In the Heian period, 1794 to 1185, mochi was used and eaten in ceremonial events, Shinto, such as marriage and childbirth, and became a traditional Japanese New Year treat. Mochi holds great significance in Japan, particularly during the New Year season, as different varieties are consumed as symbols of luck. One of them is the zoni soup, which is a soup containing mochi pieces and various other vegetables. Another is the kagami mochi, consumed during the kagami baraki ritual. Prevalent in Japan as a cultural symbol, mochi comes in a large variety of forms and can be prepared differently according to different regions. The types of mochi include the round, familiar maru mochi, the square kaku mochi, and the sakura mochi, which is a pink mochi wrapped in a pickled sakura, which is cherry blossom leaf. Some types of mochi are consumed during specific occasions in Japan. For example, kashi kashiwa mochi, A mochi wrapped in a kashiwa oak leaf is a traditional treat eaten during Children's Day on May 5th, while Sakura mochi is eaten to symbolize the start of spring. Meanwhile, Kaku mochi is a traditional Japanese household winter treat, which is heated and eaten wrapped in a piece of nori, seaweed, and dipped in soy sauce. Present types of mochi available on sale today are commonly filled with a variety of paste such as azuki, red bean, matcha, green tea, black sesame, taro, and even vanilla. Other iterations also include mochi ice cream, where the soft exterior of the mochi skin blends perfectly with the cool sweetness of ice cream. All right, so um, let's go to the timeline. 6th century mochi as a household treat. Homemade production of mochi begins to rise in Japanese households. 794 AD, its origins as a New Year's treat. Mochi becomes popular as a New Year's delicacy during Japan's high-end period. 1993, the birth of mochi ice cream. Um, Francis Hashimoto, Francis Hashimoto, a Japanese American businesswoman, invents the mochi ice cream, which becomes incredibly popular in the United States. 2021 National Mochi Day is created. National Mochi Day is announced by Hawaiian mochi business Mochi Mochi Wagashi. All right, so National Mochi Day activities. Eat up. The best way to celebrate National Mochi Day is to, well, eat some mochi. We're sure that you have your own favorite type of mochi, whether it is filled with bean paste or ice cream. So grab one and enjoy its goodness. Try different varieties. Yes, your favorite mochi might be the azuki filled ones, but in the spirit of the holiday, why not try other flavors that you might not have tried before? You can opt for a peanut covered black sesame black sesame one, or even a traditional plain one, and expand your taste in mochi. Make your own balls of gluttonous joy. Oh shit. Um, why not try and make some of your favorite treats at home? There are many recipes available online that you can follow and make your own. However, however you want it to be in your hands. Five interesting facts about mochi. The process originated in China. The process of steaming rice and beating it to a paste originated in China way before mochi was invented. Many countries have their own types. Several Asian countries have their own forms of mochi, such as Indonesia's Q mochi. Excuse me, yeah, Q mochi, excuse me. Um, and Korea's chapsul chapsul teok. Its chewiness hospitalizes many annually. The Japanese government recommends that mochi be eaten in small cut pieces due to the high number of yearly deaths and hospitalizations as a result of eating them. Oh shit. Mochi is part of Japanese folklore. A popular Japanese folk tale explains that the moon's outline is shaped like a rabbit making mochi. It is a perfect snack for dieters. The average machi ball Oh shit. The average Mochi ball contains 100 to 100, 100. Oh man. 100 to 180 calories, making it the perfect low calorie snack. Oh shit. My fault, folks. I was just laughing and it gave me the reference of Machi balls from one of the Family Guy episodes. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? That's just yeah. That's what kind of caught me laughing. So, all right. So, why we love hold on. Why we love National Mochi, however you pronounce this word, day? It is a day of appreciation. Machi, Machi, however you pronounce it, has given the world an immeasurable amount of joy for as long as it existed. Hold on. From its sweet, gooey texture to its uplifting sweetness, it is only fair that the little sticky treats get their own special day to be celebrated. It celebrates Machi's role in culture. National Machi Day also serves as a day to celebrate Machi's role in shaping world cultures. Many Asian countries have their own takes on machi, which are used in ceremonial and spiritual rituals. The fact that it is the fact that it has managed to transcend borders and be honored by many is a testament to its universal qualities. It celebrates Machi's uniqueness. We just can't resist the allure of these little cakes because National Machi Day celebrates all things Machi. We should appreciate every single unique thing about it, be it the colorful designs, the different types, and the different ways it is made. There really is no dessert like it. All right, next year, Saturday, August 8th, uh, 2027, Sunday, August 8th, 2028, Tuesday, August 8th, 2029, Wednesday, August 8th, 2030, Thursday, August 8th. All right, there you go, right there, man. Yeah, machi, man. It's pretty interesting snack though, man. I'm pretty sure, man. I don't know. I haven't gotten into. I have not got into it though. But let me just let's go on to the next topic here. This one, this one kind of caught me off guard, actually, man. When I saw Double XL talk about Rob 49 being hip hop's young Rick James, I'm like, wait a minute. Let me not let me not assume that he's going to be the next Rick James, which he's not. He's not going to be the next Rick James. I think this is more of a compliment. This is more of a compliment. So let's not take this out of context. According to Double XL Mag, Rock 49 is a praying man. For the past 5 years, the New Orleans bred rapper born Robert Thomas has been living in a spirit of gratitude and preparedness. This the week his viral breakaway single "What the Helly" came out. this past March. He admits on a Zoom call from his hometown in late August that he was praying heavier than I ever prayed. Days before this chat, the 26-year-old rhymer was nine time zones away performing at BLU Dubai nightclub. But the jet lag is hardly detectable. Instead, he smiles through his praise of witnessing the biggest song of his career take over everything. Like, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. The escape then hold on the inescapable song from his latest album, Let Me Fly, peaked at number 16 on the Billboard Hot 100 chart and has 20 million streams on Spotify to date. The album itself debuted at number 180, damn, on the Billboard 200 in May, 2 months before the deluxe edition. From choir covers on TikTok to the NBA Finals, What the Hell he birthed a catchy new addition to the catchy culture lexicon. Rob 49's unplanned rap career has taken off at record speed. Still a curious rap neo neo neophyte neophyte in 2021. His gritty banger Vulture Island officially pushed him into burgeoning rap popularity. Fast forward, and he has traded bars with heavy hitters like Lil Wayne, Watson Baby, Little Baby, Vulture Island V2, um, Cardi B on That Money, and Travis Scott, Tokyo Twins with 21 Savage, the latter of which racked up over 323 million Spotify streams. Rob also teed up What the Hell he remixes with G Herbo and Justin Bieber this year. To top it all off, he set out the 17 city Let Me Fly tour across North America. Um, his first solo headlining track in October. As much as he is spiritual, Rob is also extremely self-aware. While he's keyed in on his streak of good fortune, he's just as aware of the perception people have of him as both a rapper and a man. Rob wants to show critics he can rap, acknowledging the doubts some may have about his lyrical prowess. He intent but he intends to show and prove on his own time, not anyone else's. He's got a busy fourth quarter to tend to. Here's Rob 49 talks to Double XL about being strategic, how What the Hell he was ruined a bit, why he's scared to go on tour, the absence of hip hop cosigns, a potential mixtape with Sexy Red, his next album, and going cold turkey. And the interviewer from Double XL asks, "Thanks for taking the time to chat after such a long trip. What was your first time in Dubai like?" It was real fun going to the mosque and just the club, like them knowing my music. That was crazy. You didn't expect them to know your stuff. Hell no. I thought I had got over on the promoter, but I didn't. He made a lot of money. Let Me Fly dropped in May, followed by the deluxe version in July. What's it like seeing your music take off? It's been exciting. I understand now that I got phases. For some reason, I just keep having another one, another one, another one. So now it's just like fall back. Let the next one come. Don't rush it. I'm just not rushing my growth. Have you always thought like that? Or is this something you've come to learn? I thought like I thought like that when I first came in, and I set myself up for that. Everybody's telling me you need 5, 6, 7 hits to go in at one time. One time I was trying to do it, but then I was like, man, it's a reason why I told myself stop. I told myself Drop strategically because you will burn yourself out so fast, and you wouldn't get another chance. I understood that you always get another chance. As long as you don't do no lame shit, you are always gonna get another chance. What the hell he was everywhere. It became a catchphrase, part of the NBA finals, and went viral on social media. Talk about the impact of creating this piece of culture. I knew that's what I was going for with it, but even when I dropped it, they kind of ruined the song for me. They are looking at it like it's a hip hop song. I didn't make a hip hop song. I made a fun song. They ruined it saying you gotta do this one on here. You should have did this. No, I did exactly what was supposed to be done because you know the song. They are looking for Kendrick Lamar. I can rap. I chose not to rap. I chose to have fun and go in there punching. Does that change how you approach your future work? I think I think about it now because I want to show you I could rap. I want to show you no one can stand next to me for real. When it comes to anything like rap, hip hop from Run DMC, Rakim to all of them, you can't stand next to me. But at the same time, I'm in this shit to make some money. So I know the difference between songs. When a nigga pays for me for a feature, I ask him, do you want a good song or do you want a hit? Just so you know, I could do both. But what do you want? Do you feel like you'll have one project where you'll focus on that other rapper persona? For sure, I know what I want to do, and I know I got time to do it. I'm about to do a tape going on all Rakim Run DMC beats. For the next year, I'm about to do so much stuff with my content and with what I'm doing. For my career, I've been be, I've been being raunchy a lot. So even doing that, I just want to have a better image of myself. You're headlining your own tour this year. Are you ready? I'm really excited. I'm kind of scared, but if you are not scared, then you ain't doing something right. Uncomfortable is the best thing to be. I'm ready to just tackle it and do it for real. What are you scared of? I don't know, man. I never been on tour before, and I'm one of the people that never thinks I'm as big as I am. So how did you prepare? I'm going through every show and seeing what they mess with a lot. I'm trying to drop some more music before tour. I don't want to do it wrong, you know? So I'm trying to get it together. You are kind of an it guy connecting different generations from the youth to big name peers to OGs. Are you intentional about being in that middle spot and getting respect from all sides? I wanted something for myself, and God gave me something that I ain't even know I needed because I wanted to be the untouchable guy. But when you are that and you are not working with the youth and you are not working with the people that's coming up and you got to depend on strictly your own thing, people fall off so fast like that. I think God just put me in a position to just be moderate, always giving me another chance to go bigger and bigger over and over again. I think that means more to me than anything, not being able to reach a climax and being able to work with different people. I ain't never too big to work with somebody. And then you have this respect and relationship with people from back home, Little Wayne, Birdman, Currency. Did you see did you always see yourself being a lockstep with them and resonating in New Orleans? I ain't gonna lie. I always wanted it to until I was, until I really got where I needed to be. Then I was kind of okay on it Maybe I'm wrong for feeling like that, but I feel like I want that. But it's not for me to do it because I'm young. It's not my job to, it's other people's job. And I feel like they don't be doing it. So it is what it is, as much as they are supposed to. On a different note, Sexy Red, another one of your friends and successful peers, shared a picture of her toes painted to say, I 3 Rob earlier this year. What was your reaction to the pedicure? I didn't even know she did that. She funny as hell. That's my dog, though. Under the Shade Room's post, she clarified that you are her bestie and that you have music coming out together. Could you talk about what you are working on? We got a lot of songs. It just be banger after banger after banger. We did 3 songs the other night and they were just going. She called me the other day, like, you want to do a tape? Let's do a tape. And I know the tape gonna be viral. So I don't know, hopefully. Right now I'm just working on mine because when you slow your shit up to do something else, you never know. If anything comes in between us, we can still do it. But other than that, like, I ain't stopping what I got going on. You mentioned listening to the Notorious B.I.G., Slick Rick, Dougie Fresh, and you've even said Ready to Die is the best rap album. What is it about the New York sound or its artist that stands out to you? I ain't even like a big fan of New York, but I'm a big fan of what they produce. As far as the music and the culture, I love it. I was a big fan of Slick Rick, Rakim, Biggie, all of them before I knew about New York, for real. So they have no connection with me with New York. I just like that they styled what they was on. It was just gas before I knew what gas was. It's not where they are from. It is what they are saying. How does how they approach their craft play a part in how you do what you do? Biggie is a big influence on my music and Rakim. I got this thing I want to do with Rakim that's gonna be gas. I might just start getting on they beats, but talking like how I talk. They be like, no way he did that. I'ma pop it. Imagine me getting on the paid in full beat. Think you are really popping it like a young nigga, but you making that shit make sense. What do you feel like you represent in hip hop right now? I think just the young Rick James vibe, but a cleaner one. Just player, like how a player is supposed to be a player, like a stand up person. That's what I'm trying to be on. Even if people don't see it, that's what I'm going for. What do you think that hip hop is missing or needs more of, in your opinion? I want to see more of the dons of this shit coming to get some of us young ones and making us the new dons to pick the dons after us because our music's going, but people don't respect the music. Music is all about respect. It don't matter what Young Thug say on the song, as long as you respect what he said. It could be good. I think they gotta help us build that level of respect with the world. And now you get to pick the next ones. That's what didn't happen for this generation of rappers right now. It stopped that little baby motherfuckers was bigging little baby up, but it stopped there. We ain't had nobody do that for us, and a lot of motherfuckers did it for him. A lot of them did it for Gunna. Uh, what what is motivating you now? How are you trying to elevate from here? Going from raunchy to the riches, that's motivating me right now because I know what I want for myself. Beyond the tour, what else do you have planned for the rest of the year? I'm working on an album called Life of the Party. I'm pushing that narrative like you gotta hear this in the club. You can't go without playing Rob. And lastly, on the song Get the Picture, this year you rapped, I've been on pills for 4 months straight. I'm trying I'm trying to kick it, kick it, kick it. Are you in a better place since then? How did you manage to kick it? I am. I really am. I just stop. If I say I'm gonna do something and I don't do it, I feel like a crackhead. So I just stop cold turkey. That's it. I've been feeling good. I probably do an upper one day, but I ain't doing no downers at all. Yeah, so you know, like he said, man, he is the young. He actually he actually said that he is the young Rick James, but different from the original Rick James. So you know what I mean. So pretty much, pretty much what that is. So yeah, there you go. All right. So let's see. Let's see. I did not get a chance to do tech news yesterday. In 432 because of time. So I want to actually go over. I want to actually go over something. Hold on. Hold on. See if I can find it. Yeah. Let me see what are the topics that I have to talk about. Let me see. Let me see. Let me make sure I didn't miss anything. Oh, okay. Yeah, Flushing Town Hall. Yeah, let me talk about that before I go into tech. Let me talk about that though. Hold on a second. Okay. Okay, so Flushing Toll Hall is celebrating 46 years as a cultural institution in Queens and received a $450,000 funding injection for the local arts community, according to Q&S. Grant awards were distributed to 70 different art groups and artists throughout the borough as part of re-grant funding from the New York State Council on the Arts and Howard Gilman Foundation. As an arts council, Flushing Town Hall supports supports the borough's creatives by selecting artists and organizations to receive grants of up to $10,000 each. Grant applications are evaluated by an independent peer panel comprised of artists, cultural workers, administrators, community organizers, and and Queens community leaders. Additionally, as Flushing Town Hall celebrates its 46th anniversary, its new Queens Arts and Culture map was presented for the first time on September 17th at the Queens Arts and Culture Map launch and artist meetup. The map, funded by NYSCA, serves as a digital resource to connect artists, cultural organizations, and community spaces throughout Queens. It was designed by Nolan Faya and Osama Owadani, who presented it alongside the Flushing Town Hall Arts Services team. Flushing Town Hall led the initiative, conducting over 150 interviews with artists and cultural organizations across the borough to create the map. Many of these artists and organizations are also Flushing Town Hall grant recipients. In 2024, Flushing Town Hall was invited by NYSCA to lead the Queens Cultural Mapping Initiative, which was designed to document the unique, diverse artistic landscape of the borough, designed to document the rich and diverse artistic landscape of Queens. Now, in year one, the map is considered the living document of the Queens arts community as arts and culture organizations with a physical location in the borough can submit a listing and join the map. As we mark Flushing Council on Culture and the Arts 46th year as a presenting arts council, we are proud to continue supporting the artists and organizations that reflect the extraordinary diversity of Queens, said Ellen Kortadek, executive director of Flushing Town Hall. The $450,000 in grants uh, and the launch of the Queen's Art and Culture Map underscores our our commitment to strengthening the borough's cultural landscape and ensuring that its creative voices continue to flourish. Kortadek Kortadek added that Flushing Town Hall looks forward to including the voices and perspectives of artists and arts organizations in year two of the map. Flushing Town Hall offers two major grants that Queens based art groups and artists can apply for. Arts Art grants for Queens and the Go Queens grant. Arts grants for Queens funded by NYSCA funds arts and culture projects that enrich and enliven the community with grants from $1,000 to $7,500 per project. Okay. This year's grant recipients included the Jackson Heights Mural Project, which is creating a large-scale mural on Roosevelt Avenue, and Rockaway Arts Alliance for its 2 week long Young Artist Workshop at Fort Tilden. The Howard Gilman Foundation funded the Go Queens grant of $10,000 each, which was awarded to 25 Queens based performing arts and culture organizations with annual operating budgets under $250,000 that have the performing arts as a core focus or component of their organization's identity. Congratulations to Flushing Town Hall for creating an avenue platform for arts and culture map. All right. So that's pretty good though, man. That's pretty good. All right. Okay. Yeah, just give me one moment. Okay. All right. All right. All right. All right. Let's get into some crunch tech mentions. Okay, I did not get a chance to discuss these Ray-Ban glasses, the Meta Ray-Ban display actually. So I didn't get a chance to talk about that. But this one in particular has AI, which is very, very, very crazy actually. So anyway, so it's out right now actually. So the wait is over. Meta Ray Ban display hits shelves in the U.S. Today. Actually, it's yeah today priced at $799. Damn. Oh man, which includes the Meta Neural Band. For those of you who may not know what USD is, it's United States dollars. These breakthrough AI glasses let you interact with digital content while staying fully present in the physical world. Demand for in-person demos of Meta Ray-Ban display is growing. Excuse me, Meta Ray-Ban display is strong. With appointments in most locations booked out through mid-October already happened. We're adding more stores to meet the demand with new availability opening every day. If you are unable to book a demo, you can still visit a store listed in our demo finder to learn more about the product. Meta Ray-Ban display is available at limited brick and mortar retailers in the US, including at select Best Buy, Lens Crafters, Sunglass Hut, Ray-Ban stores, and Meta Lab. Availability in select Verizon stores will follow soon after. You can schedule a demo near you and experience the next paradigm shift in wearable tech. Oh boy. Today at Connect, Mark Zuckerberg debuted the next exciting evolution of AI glasses, the all new Ray Band display and Meta Neural Band. Meta Ray Meta Ray Band display glasses are designed to help you look up and stay present. With a quick glance at the in-lens display, you can accomplish everyday tasks like checking messages, previewing photos, and collaborating with visual Meta AI prompts, all without needing to pull out your phone. It's technology that keeps you tuned into the world around you, not distracted from it. This new category of AI glasses comes with a full color, high resolution display that's there when you want it and gone when you don't. And it's the first product that takes microphones, speakers, cameras, and a full color display backed with compute and AI and puts it all together in a single device that's stylish, comfortable, and easy to wear. Each pair comes with Meta Neural Band, an EMG wristband that interprets the natural signals created by your muscle activity to navigate the features of your glasses, letting you control experiences intuitively using subtle hand movements without having to touch your glasses or take out your phone. Meta Neural Band is so effortless. It makes interacting your glasses feel like magic. Now we go to the pricing, demos, and details. Starting at $799, which includes both the glasses and Meta Neural Band. Meta Ray Band display will let you learn about, and interact with the world in a totally new way. It hits shelves. It's already out right now, so it's already out right now at limited brick and mortar retailers in the U.S., including Best Buy, Lens Crafters, Sunglass Hut, and Ray-Ban stores. Availability in select Verizon stores will follow soon after. Expansion to Canada, France, Italy, and the UK is planned for early 2026. We're starting with select retailers and regions to make sure customers get the glasses and band that's perfect for them, and we'll expand buying options over time. Meta Ray-Ban display and the accompanying Meta Neural Band come in two colors, black and sand. We know style options are important, so in addition to launching in two colors, we're launching with two frame sizes, standard and large. All glasses feature transitions lenses, so you can wear them on the go, inside and outside, night and day, with up to 6 hours of mixed use battery life and up to 30 hours of battery life. Um, Total, thanks to the portable and collapsible charging case. And Meta Neural Band comes in three sizes, so you can find the perfect fit. Be one of the first be one of the first to experience the next paradigm shift in wearable tech. Book an in-person demo to try them out, get fitted, and pick the right pair for you. Style meets function. When we started building this product with um Esseler Luzada, look, hold on, Luzatica, our goal was simple: make them look and feel great. So we integrated a premium eyewear design, making the form factor just as bold as the technology inside. Meta Ray-Ban display has the iconic DNA of a wayfarer silhouette, which we made taller and gave a more prominent square shape for a bold aesthetic. We slightly rounded off the edges, which improves comfort, elevates the aesthetics, excuse me, and increases durability, and gave the front of the glasses a slight curve, which helps reduce glare while improving comfort and fit. And we designed the overextension hinges with titanium to enhance wearability, minimize weight, and maximize strength. Um, we used ultra narrow steel can batteries, first for this form factor, which allowed for thinner temple arms while supporting extended battery life. We started this battery development with display glasses in mind, but like a lot of our work, it made its way into other products like Oakley Meta HSTN and Ray-Ban Meta Generation 2 glasses, increasing battery life up to 8 hours with typical use. And we achieved all of this with an impressive weight of just 69 grams. Display deep dive. Let's see. All right. Because everything needed to fit in a fashionable pair of glasses worthy of the Ray-Ban name, we re-architected our entire display to fit the form factor. The monocular display features a highly custom light engine and geometric waveguide. It has great compute. It has great compute efficiency, sharp contrast, and high brightness, thanks to a custom module that was that was miniature wait miniaturized to fit into a fashionable frame. This was key to achieving high resolution without having to increase the frame size. We packed 42 pixels into each degree of the field of view to improve the display. Fun fact, the only waveguide device out there with 42 pixels per degree is a giant headset that isn't sold commercially anymore. The photochromatic lenses and our auto brightness algorithms ensure visuals are crisp and colorful whether you are indoors or outside. Right. Of course, it's important to feel comfortable wearing your display glasses around others. We balance the brightness with the need for subtlety. So, the private in-lens display only has 2% light leakage. And just like with Ray-Ban Meta glasses, the capture LED lets others know when you use your glasses to take photos and record videos for your gallery or streaming. Designing Meta Ray-Ban display involve a balance between lighting up the display with visuals and helping you stay connected to the people and things around you. The display is placed off to the side so it doesn't obstruct your view and it isn't on constantly. It's designed for short interactions that you are always in control of. This isn't about strapping a phone to your face. It's about helping you quickly accomplish some of your everyday tasks without breaking your flow. EMG, the science of seamless interaction. Let's see. Let's see. So every new computing platform comes with new ways to interact, and we're really excited about our Meta Neural Band, which packs cutting edge surface electro. Hold on. Electromyography research into a stylish input device. It replaces the touchscreens, buttons, and dials of today's technology with a sensor on your wrist. So you can silently scroll, click, and in the near future, even write out messages using subtle finger movements. The amount of signals the band can detect is incredible. It has the fidelity to measure movement even before it's visually perceptible. Excuse me. The key breakthrough was developing deep learning algorithms based on data from nearly 200,000 consenting research participants. So this wristband right will work right out of the box for nearly anyone. That's a huge technical feat because of the level of variance in people's muscles. Think of the potential impact it could have for people with spinal cord injuries, limb differences, tremors, or other neuromotor conditions. With thousands upon thousands of motor neurons that could theoretically be mapped to any gesture. EMG technology can go beyond glasses. It could be the best way to control any device. All processing of raw EMG data happens on device. Only events like a click are sent from the wristband to the glasses so a command can be executed. This on device machine learning also enables high reliability for haptic feedback and time synchronization. We built the Meta Neural Band to be durable, lightweight, and comfortable for all day wear with up to 18 hours of battery life and an IPX7 Water rating. The band features uh, electrodes coated with diamond like carbon, which are then reinforced by Vectrin, a woven mesh that's as strong as steel when pulled, yet soft enough to bend easily. Vectrin is the same material used on the crash pads of the Mars rover to ensure a smooth landing. So yeah, science. Yeah, so this is a lot, man. All right, so let's see. Experiences in Meta Ray-Ban display takes everything you know and love about Ray-Ban Meta glasses and supercharges it to give you more context, more functionality, and more freedom than ever before. We've built the experiences in Meta Ray-Ban display to boost your confidence and give you more clarity in everything you do and see through them. We can now take the beloved features from Ray-Ban Meta to the next level while adding new ones thanks to the addition of a high res display and neural band. Here's a few of the experiences that make Meta Ray-Ban display so special. Meta AI with visuals. Meta AI on glasses can do so much more when it's paired with visuals. Now it can show you answers and step-by-step how-tos rather than just reading something back to you. Move through steps easily with a quick swipe of your thumb side to side using the Meta neural band. Messaging and video calling, staying connected while staying in the moment is so much easier when your glasses show your short text, WhatsApp messages, or reels your friends are sharing. With Meta Ray-Ban display, you can privately view text and multimedia messages from WhatsApp, Messenger, Instagram, and your phone. Hands free with just a pinch. You can also take live calls from WhatsApp and Messenger and show your friends what you are seeing through the glasses. Preview in Zoom, the real-time camera viewfinder and Zoom functionality helps you get the perfect shot on the first try. And the display makes it easy to select and share your favorite photos and videos. Pedestrian navigation, get where you need to go with phone free walking directions. Select your destination and get turn by turn walking directions with a visual map of the area shown on your glasses display. We'll launch pedestrian navigation for select cities in beta and will continue to add more over time. Live captions and translation. Meta Ray-Ban display breaks down barriers with its live captioning feature. When prompted, it can display captions for the speech that's directed at you or translate select languages for you in real time, all while you stay present and engage in conversation. Music playback, see what you are listening to in real time with the music card shown on the glasses display. Swipe left and right with your thumb to navigate music, or pinch your fingers and rotate your wrist to turn the volume, just like you are dialing up a speaker IRL. Meta Ray-Ban display also gives you a hands-free intelligent music experience combining rich on-lens visuals, voice confirmation, and discrete EMG gesture control. You've got access to Amazon Music, Apple Music, iOS only, Music Info, Shazam, and Spotify in English everywhere. Meta AI glasses are supported. Coming soon, you'll be able to browse music content intuitively and play music that matches your view thanks to multimodal, AI. So if you are relaxing on the beach, looking out at the sunset over the ocean, you can ask Meta AI for a track or playlist that fits the scene, and Spotify will help you find the best music for the moment. This will make it easier to explore, control, and personalize your listening experience anywhere, and you'll be able to enjoy podcasts and audiobooks from Audible alongside live radio stations from iHeart too. Just like we've done with Ray-Ban Meta glasses, we'll continue to build new experiences alongside the community and deliver on more of what they want. And we've got an exciting slate of software updates landing in the coming months for Meta Ray-Ban display, a dedicated Instagram Reel app, EMG handwriting, and more. On family, with today's introduction of Meta Ray-Ban display, our AI glasses now fall into three distinct categories. Camera AI glasses, we have the world's best brands in eyewear with Ray-Ban and Oakley, and we'll continue to expand to more styles and brands in the future and deliver more AI enabled features. Display AI glasses, Meta Ray-Ban display opens up a new category anchored on the value of a powerful contextual display. Augmented reality glasses, AR glasses like our Orion prototype feature a large halo, holographic, holographic display, high bandwidth input, and digital experiences that augment the world around you. And yes, for those keeping score at home, we're continuing to make progress on a consumer version of our breakthrough Orion prototype that we showed at Connect last year. Stay tuned. Future forward, Meta Ray-Ban display is part of our vision to build the next computing platform that puts people at the center so they can be more present, connected, and empowered in the world. We've learned over the past decade at Reality Labs that building something so ambitious comes down to the courage of your convictions and a will to invent new things. No other company has invested as much as we have in this category in tech, talent, and time. Today marks the start of the next chapter, not only for AI glasses, but for the future of wearable technology and its ability to connect us while expanding our interactions with the world. It's time to look forward. Yeah, I don't know about this, man, because everybody is worried about their privacies and all that other stuff. So I don't think, and I don't think too many people is going to get into the hype of these Meta Ray-Ban glasses. So that has AI in there. So you know, you know, not too many people are going to be interested in it, and I'm pretty sure some people are going to be interested in this. So I'm probably not going to be the main person buying that shit anyway. So there you have it. Also, let's see. We got Tech of the Year. Hold on a second. We got we got Tech of the Year. Let's see. So this is from Tech Advisor. In summary, Tech Advisor announces its 2025-26 awards recognizing the year's best gadgets across 12 diverse categories from flagship smartphones to smart rings. The Google Pixel 10 Pro XL1 Best New Phone of the Year, praised for its cutting edge technology and innovative features that set new smartphone standards. Each category features one winner and two runners up, providing consumers with Tech Advisor's definitive guide for informed purchasing decisions in a competitive tech landscape. Another year, another boatload of new tech. We've been strapping on wearables, benchmarking phones, gaming on tablets, cleaning our teeth, and streaming the top shows all year long. It's a hard job, but someone's got to do it. However, it's much harder to choose which products and services are the very best from the masses of possibilities. Um, we've thought long and hard and crowned the winner of 12 different categories, from flagship phones to smart rings. Not sure what smart rings are, but I'll have to look it up later. Each award also has two runners up, as it would be a shame not to highlight other great efforts in a hotly contested year of tech. Without further ado, here are all the Tech Advisors Awards winners. So let's get into it right here. Hold up, man. So, okay. So Tech Advisor Awards 2025-26, Best New Phone of the Year, Google Pixel 10 Pro XL, Best New Mid-Range Phone of the Year, Samsung Galaxy S25 FE, Best New Budget Phone of the Year, CMF Phone 2 Pro, Best New Tablet of the Year, Apple iPad Air M3, Best New Budget Tablet of the Year, Xiaomi um, Redmi Pad 2. Best new smartwatch of the year, Google Pixel Watch 4. Best new budget smartwatch of the year, um, who are what? Who are? Hold on, Huawei. Huawei. Hang on, let me just get rid of this. Yes, Huawei Watch Fit 4. Um, won for best new budget smartwatch of the year. All right. Hugh Are We Watch Fit 4. The best new smart ring of the year, Aura Ring 4. Best new fitness tracker of the year, Xiaomi Smart Band 10. Best new air fryer of the year, Ninja Crispy. Best new electric toothbrush of the year, Suri 2.0. Best streaming service of the year, Disney Plus. Okay. All right. So, all right. I want to get into. Oh Lord. All right. All right. You know what? Um. Hold on. Yeah, you know what? I'm gonna save the food topics for another time though. I didn't get a chance to talk about the I didn't get a chance to talk about that. So I'm gonna actually so let's get into some video game news actually. Let's get into some video game news actually. Um yeah, the other topics involving restaurants and stuff, I'm gonna circle back on it in the next episode because I want to be able to do. I wanted to do video games. I wanted to do video game news actually, so I didn't get a chance to do it in the other episode yesterday. So yeah, so here we go. Here we go right here. Video game entertainment newsroom. Here we go. All right. On to some video gaming news, actually. Yeah. Yeah. Let's get into some games that just came out previously and along with the other games that's coming out in the middle of the month. So let's see. Let's get into this. So far, hold on a sec. So far, let me see. So far, games like Marvel Cosmic Invasion came out already, and it's on platforms for PC, PS5, PS4, Xbox Series, Xbox One, Nintendo Switch 2, and Nintendo Switch as well. Let's see. And alongside with hold on a second. Along with Destiny 2 Renegades. It already came out already for PC, PS5, PS4, Xbox Series, and Xbox One. Let's see. Assassin's Creed Shadows already out already for Nintendo Switch 2. She's Leaving already came out for PC, PS5, Xbox Series. You can also see it on Steam. Let It Die Inferno already out already for PC and PS5. I'm not gonna read the synopsis because I don't want to spoil anything. Metro Prime 4 Beyond already out for platforms Nintendo Switch 2 and Nintendo Switch. Thief VR Legacy of Shadow for Meta Quest 3, PlayStation VR 2. Blood Refresh Supply already out right now for PC, PS5, PS4, Xbox Series, Xbox One, and Nintendo Switch. Elden Ring Night Rain, The Forsaken Hollows already out right now for PC, PS5, PS4, Xbox Series, Xbox One. Octopath Traveler 0 is out right now for PC, PS5, PS4, Xbox Series, Xbox One, Nintendo Switch 2, and Nintendo Switch. Microsoft Flight Simulator 2024 already out right now for PS5. Skate Story already out right now for PC, PS5, and Nintendo Switch. Unbeatable is out right now for PC, PS5, Xbox Series. Mutant Football League 2. Oh boy. Not sure what that's about, but PC, PS5, and Xbox Series. Warhammer 40K Rogue Trader already out right now for Nintendo Switch 2. Star Trek Infection already out for Meta Quest 3 and and PlayStation. Yes, PlayStation VR 2. Bluey's Quest for the Gold Pen is out right now for iOS only. Terminator 2 No Fate came out yesterday for PC, PS5, PS4, Xbox Series, Xbox One, and Switch. All right, so Avatar Frontiers of Pandora from the Ashes comes out December 19th for PC, PS5, Xbox Series as well. And don't forget that the movie Avatar Fire and Ash comes out on December 19th as well. All the games that I just mentioned is you can see it on Steam, except for some of the games that you're not going to be able to watch on Steam. That's Thief VR Legacy of Shadows, Terminator 2D, And let me see. So I think I think yeah, Warhammer 40K Rogue Trader and Star Trek Infection and Bluey's Quest for the Gold Pen. Yeah, so there you go, right there. There you go, right there. Let's see if there's anything else I want to I didn't get a chance to talk about here. So I'll do the recap of the Game Awards in the following episode. I'm not gonna do it today. I'm not gonna do it today. So let's get into let's see. All right, let's get into some stories of the video games chronicle. Okay, so let's see. Let's see. Okay, let's do this one. Wait a minute here. All right, Ace Combat 8 Wings of Thieves will be the first new entry in the series in 7 years and is set to release in 2026 for PS5, Xbox Series, and PC. The new game will make use of Unreal Engine 5 to create the most virtually detailed Ace Combat title to date. The game will include a single player campaign mode as well as multiplayer dogfight modes. According to Bandai Namco's synopsis of the campaign, players take on the role of an ace pilot in strange real world at war rooted entirely in a fictitious universe, but one where the weight of decisions, the pressure of command, and the bonds forged in battle will feel too real. With their nation federation of Central Usia occupied and its navy shattered, players enter the cockpit as the wings of Thief, a legendary ace, a name tied to Thief, the capital of the FCU, and a symbol of hope for every citizen in their homeland. Joined by three new fighter pilots, theirs is a flight against odds versus the Republic of Sotoa to claim their lost homeland, eliminate the threat to their people, taking the name of their capital city, and carrying the hope of every FCU citizen. The director of the Ace Combat series marked the series' 30th anniversary in June by teasing that the next game's reveal was imminent. Series director Kazutoki Kono posted a message on the game's official website thanking fans for supporting the series and suggesting that everything is in place for the next game. Namco's founder Masaya Nakamura once said, "Only those who can adapt to change will survive," he wrote. I joined Namco in 1994. Back then, I understood those words intellectually, but not yet from experience. Now I truly do. After 3 incredible decades of adapting to change, we've built an enduring bond of trust with all of you. That connection is the very force that has sustained the Ace Combat series and propelled it to the future. I can now feel this truth in every fiber of my being, and I'm proud that our ongoing commitment to delivering value and earning your trust has led us to this 30th anniversary. And now we're ready. Everything's in place. It's time to take flight once again toward even greater heights. The most recent franchise entry, Ace Combat 7 Skies Unknown, released in 2019 for PS4, Xbox One, and PC, and enjoyed generally favorable reviews. The game has since sold over 3 million copies, making it the best selling game in the Ace Combat series to date. All right, so let's go on to let's go on to the next the next video game news topic here that I'm seeing right now. Let's see. What is this? Okay. Let me see. All right. Mega Man Dual Override will be released in 2027 on PS5, Xbox Series, Nintendo Switch 2, PS4, Xbox One, Nintendo Switch, and PC, the publisher announced at the Game Awards. A brief trailer showed that the game will feature the classic 2D Mega Man gameplay, but with a cel-shaded art style. Mega Man returns in 2027 with a brand new entry in the classic action platforming series. The game's description reads: override challenges and blast down legions of robots while springboarding across a new array of futuristic frontiers. Capcom stated earlier this week that it plans to build Mega Man, Devil May Cry, and Ace Attorney up to the status of core IPs like its more popular series. Capcom president and COO Haruhiro Tsujimoto, who recently discussed the company's growth strategies as part of a new 86-page corporate report, identified Resident Evil, Monster Hunter, and Street Fighter as Capcom's three biggest franchises, describing them as the company's core IPs. In order to reach the company's target of selling 100 million games in a year, Tsujimoto explained, Capcom is focusing on some of its other series and plans to eventually grow their player bases up to the point that they too can be considered core IPs. Capcom owns a wealth of globally popular brands such as Mega Man, Devil May Cry, and Ace Attorney, he said. We aim to expand our user base and improve our performance through new releases, remakes, and ports of titles in these series to new hardware. By enhancing brand power and cultivating loyal fan bases, we will grow these into core IPs. So there's no release date for the new Mega Man game. Yeah, there's no release date for it. So let's see. Wait, what is this? Wait, what is this? You know what? All right, let me do this one real quick though, man, and then I wrap up this episode right here. All right, so Star Wars Galactic Racer is the debut game from Fuse Games, the studio set up in 2023 by a team of former Criterion leads. The game features a new character named Shade, who is described by Fuse Games co-founder Matt Webster as as a lone racer with a dream of glory and revenge. Players will learn more about Shade as they progress through the game's campaign. Webster explained, your aim is to survive long enough to earn your shot at becoming an elite racing pilot. Our races are high stakes competitions where racers do everything they can to get to the front in the solo campaign and in our awesome multiplayer gameplay. The game will have players racing various types of land speeders and speeder bikes such locations as Jakku and Ando Prime. It's the backdrop to the brand new Skim speeder, showing its unique handling properties as it cuts through the racing pack Webster added. This awesome image of a skim speeder highlights those different racing lines and handling characteristics in one shot. Skim speeders are vehicles that reward flowing lines and maintaining momentum, banking through corners and knife edging through narrow gaps. We're really excited to bring this new creation to life, and we're looking forward to sharing more about this new vehicle and other gaming details in future updates. When it was founded in 2023, Fuse Games stated that it had already started working on a brand new premium AAA title for PC and console, which it said was fusing uncompromising attention to game feel with blockbuster spectacle and player-centric innovations in social gameplay, self-expression, and creativity. It now appears that game was Star Wars Galactic Racer. The game will be released in 2026 on PlayStation 5, Xbox Series, and PC. So there's no release date for this game as well. All right. Like I said earlier, I'm going to circle back on the food places to eat, and I am going to circle back on whatever topic I don't get to, I will follow it up in the next and following episodes, upcoming future. All right, so let's see. All right, we're about to wrap up right here. We're gonna wrap up. Hang on, where is it? All right, so we're gonna wrap up this episode right here. Let me see how much time we have here. Yes, I'm gonna wrap up right now, man, because yeah. All right. So let's get into the last segment right here. Stream choices on the go. Here we go. All right, make sure you follow Off the Meat Rack Chainz New York Avenue podcast on Facebook alongside with Bluesky Social, Threads, and Instagram. The same goes for my other podcast shows that I do, which are my sports platform show, Excellent Fun Vibrant Talks podcast, alongside with the entertainment review show, Meticulous Vibe Juice podcast as well. And you can also follow your host with the most, G Money Stacks 555 in Queens, New York, on Threads and Instagram. All right. When you go to the link in bio, you're gonna see a whole list of podcast link feeds in every streaming platform. And if you go to the link that says Linktree / G Money Stacks 555, you're gonna see streaming platforms that includes Odyssey, Audible, Audioburst, Amazon Music, Apple Podcasts, Castbox FM. Don't forget to leave a 5-star rating and a review on Apple Podcasts. It really helps the show grow and the confidence, and for me to actually create more content and create more new topics. Let's see. Yes, Castbox FM, Deezer, Listen Notes, Moon FM Podcast, Overall FM Podcast, Pandora, Player FM, Pocket Cast, Podo Polo, Podorama, Podcast Index, Podcast Addict, Podchaser, Podverse, Podcast Guru, Podcatcher, Podcast Republic. You can also listen on Snipped, and you can also add the podcast to your Spotify playlist. And you can also listen to the episodes on Spotify. Of course, if you see the name of the podcast show, make sure you click the notification bell so you'll know when each episode is going to be dropping, which I'll mention that next. You can also listen on Spotify for creators, TuneIn Radio, Fountain, Good Pods, iHeartRadio, the number one app where you can listen to your favorite music artists, such as rappers, hip hop artists, singers in R&B, and other music genres. Your favorite radio stations on the AM and FM radio stations, and of course, you can listen to the podcast episodes for free. You don't need a credit card or debit card to download iHeartRadio. All you need to do is make sure you follow Off the Meat Rat Chainz New York Avenue podcast on iHeartRadio and alongside with other audio streaming platforms that I just mentioned so you don't forget. And also make sure you click on that subscribe button on the YouTube channel page, G Money Stacks 555. Leave a like and a comment on the episodes and tell me how you feel about the topics in this episode and the other episodes each. All right. Also, you can spread the word to your husbands, your wives, your boyfriends, girlfriends, people you're cool with from work, and share the Linktree link with all the streaming platforms to them. Spread the word. Word of mouth is important. Like I said, add the podcast to your Spotify playlist. You can even listen to this while you are driving. You can even listen to this while you are on your way to work and back from work, classes, and other destinations. And also be sure to also enable alerts so you don't miss out on any uploads of the live stream videos. And of course, when I'll be on the air via live stream for more video episode podcast live streams, which includes new episodes that are dropping on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. All right. So in case anybody's wondering, these are the 3 days: Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. Also, do the same on my other YouTube channel pages, which is my sports YouTube channel page, Excellent Fun Vibrant Talks podcast. Make sure you subscribe over there, as well as my entertainment review show, Meticulous Vibe Juice podcast, as well. Make sure you subscribe to both of these YouTube channel pages, including this one right here, G Money Stacks 555 for more New York Avenue podcast. All right. So there you go right there. So that's gonna do it for me, man. I'm your man, G Money Stacks, aka the Gregonator, and I'd like to say thank you to every single one of you for listening to the episodes. If you could have listened to any other, podcast in the whole world, but you chose to listen to this one right here. Remember, the grind doesn't stop. Hard work pays off. If you want something, you have to work hard and earn it. It's not going to be given to you on a fucking silver platter. Be sure to also follow your goals and dreams. Follow your niche in any career field that you choose to do. Be sure to follow it, and also don't let your parents tell you there's no money in certain career fields or certain things you're trying to do creative, whether it's podcasting, whatever it may be. Especially everybody's on YouTube and stuff like that. Also, if you plan on starting a podcast, make sure you be yourself behind the microphone as you are recording your episodes with the topics. Be on your P's and Q's creatively, mentally, emotionally, physically, and spiritually, that gets you into your zone alongside with tunnel vision. All right. And listen, man, like I said though, man, like I said, don't let anybody like your parents tell you what you can and can't do as far as like the career field dream that you're trying to do, make sure you pursue it. And also, like I said earlier, in regards to the whole SNAP benefits and stuff, it's not about getting stuff for free. These are people's lives and everything else by the crazy administration that happened. And if you plan on helping out people at food banks and stuff to give out food, water, or anything like that, you can go to you can look up food banks that's like in the area near you. All right. All right, so that settles it. I'm out of here. Peace and one love. I'll see you on the flip side. Stay tuned for new topics in the next episode. Good night, everybody.